Kicking off this section with the Mirror and a news that will shock nobody, HS2 is costing more than estimated, Cressida.
HS2 bill shoots up by billions as Birmingham leg costs 4 times more than the Tories said. So, yeah, you've said it, and that's exactly it in the intro. We're not surprised, are we? It started off at 17 billion, obviously a bargain. Why don't we have 2? And we're now up to 66 billion. I could hear my dad as I'm reading it saying it's very easy to run out of other people's money. It's classic, isn't it? It's like government spending gone wild.
Yeah. And this is all to shave like 20 minutes off a train journey that exists.
Well, that's what it was supposed to do.
And it goes to Birmingham. I mean, it's not a train journey to somewhere great. It's, you know, literally a train journey to Birmingham. No offence to people from Birmingham watching.
But what is it with this country and infrastructure? Because we had that in Edinburgh with the trams. The trams went on for years and years and years, and then it was overspent, it was under-delivered, and it only went so far, and then they've done an extension, but it's still not gone all the way that it was meant to.
Yeah. And
it just seems to be a theme, whichever side of the border you're on, the abacus is wrong.
It absolutely is. And I worked in management consulting, so I can tell you there's a culture in public sector procurement of people lowballing their bids when they're trying to win the tender. They bid way too low because then they think they'll win the tender, but also they know that once you're in, you'll just get bailed out. It's not like the government can back out, build half of a train line, or actually it can in this case. They've stopped building the stretch that goes to Manchester.
They haven't stopped spending, though, have they? They've managed to keep doing that.
Yeah.
How are they recouping the money? They're taking it from the pensioners?
I've no idea.
We're paying, aren't we? And this guy, what's he called? Sir John Thompson, who's in charge of it, to explain what's gone wrong, he says, if you say to a builder, you can give me a quote for an extension, they walk around and say it's about 50 grand, but then you get into the detailed design, you find out exactly how big it is and blah, blah, the costs go up. And it's like, yeah, and if it's your extension, you probably don't do the work.
But that's the same with getting a kitchen. I had a kitchen no, seriously, and it's a hoax. They tell you that you can get these units, but no, they're the flat pack units, they're not made up, and then you don't have the people coming in. So everything is a hoax, whether it's
Did you have the HS2 engineers building your kitchen?
I did, yes. And it's really nice. It's the same colour as my car. It's grey and black.
Right, but it only stops halfway. It doesn't go all the way to Manchester. But, I mean,
No, but I do.
Public sector procurement needs to change, because the way the public sector spends money, it's somebody else's money, and they're spending it on something that they don't really care about. So obviously they're not going to get the best deal. I think, if you're building an extension on your house, you're going to shop around and get the best deal.